Well, I've got a little project I want to do. A little bit high tech, this one. Well, not really, but sort of. Anyway, I'll just show you. On the new rig here, we've got long range fuel tank fitted in it, and that's where the gauge is mounted up just there. It's a little. I'll just switch it on. There you go. Just a little row of progressive lights to come across there, tell you how much fuel you got in the long range tanks. But I don't like the way it's just bolted up underneath there. So what I'm thinking is this. I'm thinking pull the ashtray out and mount it up in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see the son-in-law. He's got one of those fancy 3D printers, and he reckons, talking to him the other day, that he can probably make something up to fit in here. Hang on, turn that right out now. So I'm going to print up a fascia that goes in there. I'm going to mount the gauge in across there. Because the other thing is that over this side is you got your on-off tank, swap your tanks from main to auxiliary. So I want to mount that over here next to it. So I've got the gauge there and the switch there. So I think that'll look a bit neater than that way that's just bolted up under there. So I'll go and have a chat to the son-in-law again, and we'll see what we can do and come up with, and see if we can get all this to work and just neaten up a bit. Okay, let's go and see him. Well, the son-in-law gave me a program on the computer called Tinkercad or Tippercad, and it's what you do to design something that goes on a 3D printer. So I thought, oh yeah, I'm not real good on a computer, so I'm thinking, how's this going to turn out? So anyway, I've had a bit of a play around with this thing, just swing this around here, Dale, have a look. This is what I've come up with. I thought I've done a pretty good job. It's a pretty cool little thing. It's pretty fun, bit of fun doing it. So that's, hang on, we'll just spin that back around there. That's hopefully what it's going to look like on the front of it. So my gauge is going to go in here, and the switch is going to go in there. So with this program thing here, I'll just spin you around, but you can see how it all's going to look inside. So these long arm things here are going to slide into where the ashtray grooves are, and so hopefully it'll fit in there nice and neat, and a couple of little brackets down there to locate it. So that's on this program. So it was a bit of fun doing it. What you do with this thing, I'll just quickly show you. I'll put this there somewhere. You got all these shapes over this side, so you drag these shapes onto your work platform. Like I'll just drag I don't know, this one here over to here, and then you can make this up and down or change the shape to different sizes and whatever you need, and locate it onto your design and put it all and put something like this together. So obviously this shape I'm using now was one I used in here, and then the square shape that's up there was part of this. You just change the shapes of it to get your design. So I'll get rid of that, so I don't want that one there. Here we go. And hopefully that's going to all work out okay. So now I've done all this, I'll take this around the son-in-law's place, because he's a bit smarter on the computers than what I am, and he'll take this, put it on his computer, and then load it into his 3D printer, and hopefully we'll come up with something that looks a bit like that and fits into the dash of me of the Cruiser. So alright, we'll get this around there and see what we can do and get this all printed up, and hopefully it's all going to be looking good. Righto, let's go. Alright, we've got the design into the 3D printer, and it's just laying its first layer along the bed there. So that's the fascia design, or what it's going to look like from the fascia, if you want to put it that way. So alright, so it's got 4.5 hours to go, and we should have the finished product. So we'll let that do its thing, and we'll go and have a couple of beers and come back later. There you go, check it out. Finished product. So they come from a computer screen to an actual part. You know, that's what it looks like all printed up. So it's unreal how they can just say lay layers and layers of the plastic and then slowly work its way up to get that. Alright, let's see how this all works. So like I said, we're not going to put it in where the ashtray is, so I'll get rid of that because we don't use it anyway. And hopefully it's just going to slide into these same rails from the ashtray. Alright, so far so good. Oh yeah, check that out. Alright, now I've popped the switch out for the changeover switch already, so that's going to go in here, hopefully. Oh yeah, check it. Oh, there you go, look at that. So that's how it's going to look. Well, once I get the other gauge in, which I'll take that off and fit that in there, and run the wires across to it, and that should look a lot better than that. Alright, there you go. Alright, I'll get this the switches in and the gauges and wired up, and we'll give a look at when it's all finished. Okay, let's get that done. Alright, there it is, all finished. I'm going to come up pretty good. So looks heaps better than having the gauge that used to be down here. So now if I'm sitting back here, now let's turn this on. There we go, that all lights up. There you go. Heaps easy to see. Looks a lot neater. And the change tanks, just flick of the switch there. Change tanks, and yeah, that's a lot neater, I reckon. Alright, little project I had to play around with, and yeah, like I said, I'm going to come up pretty neat. Alright, go and find something else to do now. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.